let's go ahead and now I'm going to be talking about some people here. Let's go ahead and read the title of this stream. Anyone who hands Meet Kevin any amount of money should have their brain checked. Should say examined, right? I don't believe that a sane person is going to give this guy money. Or sane, or let's say their IQ is well below 80 and probably below 70. And, there's a lot of stupid people out there, folks. What have I been saying about YouTube all along? 99% of people on YouTube, watching YouTube, are fucking stupid. They're naive, they're stupid, they're mentally ill, they're depressed. There's a variety of things going on, which ultimately means that they're suckers. They're ripe for the taking, which is why all the con artists are on YouTube, right? So this is why you've got Kevin. And so we're going to talk a little bit more about Kevin. The guy is obviously a con man. And let me just remind everyone, if you listen to the streams that I did on Kevin's house hack, and I'll review that, I'll summarize that very briefly here in a second. But you'll note that I gave Kevin an opportunity, to address the red flags that I had on a stream. And of course I heard nothing from him. Do you really think a guy like Kevin is going to go up against me? Even though obviously I was fair to him, I didn't come out and say, oh, it's a scam, because I don't see evidence of a scam. What I do see evidence of is that Kevin is a scam artist, and I believe he's going to scam people, his investors. Now, as I mentioned in the stream, the problem for these suckers, these stupid idiots, and they deserve to lose their fucking money. They deserve everything they're going to get, okay? They deserve it. And the problem is that, as I mentioned, it's built in. It's kind of a license to steal, a license to scam, right? And this is why these types of things, they exploit people, because people don't understand how it's built in, how they can legally scam people, whereby you don't know what the expenses are going to be. Kevin has all the voting control. He can vote anything, right? At any time he wants. He can say whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, tomorrow he can vote himself to get $1 million salary, $2 million salary, so on and so forth. And he controls the budget, the expenditures. He determines how much goes for all these operational costs, right? So you all can see how it could easily turn out to be a huge grifting scam for Kevin, where he's siphoning off expenses and huge fees that are going to his wife, to him, to his friends and family, so on and so forth. Now, so the question becomes, if that's possible, and I can assure you it's possible, just take a look at the PPM, I went over this. If that is a possibility, ask yourself the question, do you trust Kevin? Is he a scammer? Is he capable of doing that? That's pretty obvious, right? So, and it's obvious also that if you watch this video today we're going to show here, it's obvious Kevin saw my videos. Once again, Kevin was afraid to go on a stream with me. And, I gave him, I was objective. I didn't come out like some other people and call it a scam, because I didn't see evidence of a scam. There's no evidence of a scam. It's just that people got it wrong. They got it confused. They're assuming it's going to be a scam because Kevin is a scam artist. That's kind of a different discussion, right? But if you're looking at the PPM and the marketing materials, if you're concluding that that's a scam, then maybe you don't really have the expertise to be even analyzing these things. And of course, you've got everybody's a fucking expert now. All these little fucking kids and twerps that think that they're fucking experts, YouTube gurus. All of these people on YouTube are fucking frauds. All of these people, the fake investment, they're frauds. If they're on YouTube and they're pumping out analysis, stock analysis, and pitching stocks and talking this. They're frauds. Write it the fuck down. Guaranteed. Now, let's look into that statement here a little bit. Am I saying that every single person on YouTube who discusses anything pertaining to investments and finance is a fraud? Actually, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this: if you have credible people on YouTube, qualified people with real credentials, which I can guarantee you there's not many of them, there might be a tiny handful, and I'm talking less than 5. If you do have those people, they're not going to be pushing stocks and talking about stocks all the time. Okay? People that are doing that are trying to lure you into their cove. Credible people aren't on YouTube pitching their bullshit, their business. Got it? So you should learn this. You should understand this. Okay? It's, I think, common sense. See, when people ask me about others, it's that they're not sure, or they sense something is not right, and they want me to spell it out for them. Well, I tell you what, if you get what I'm saying, and show me somebody that's got higher credibility than me that calls out the fraudsters. Folks, nobody in my position in the world calls out the fraudsters. Nobody. You know why? Because the few people that are in my position sure as fuck don't give a goddamn about you. Now, some people are saying, well, listen to the way you talk. I don't like you. You're not credible. Folks, it's the con men who are talking nice to you. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? God bless you. I love you all. You understand? I intentionally make sure to come across the opposite way. And you know why I do that? Because I want you to have a bias towards thinking I'm not a good guy and I'm not credible. Because I want the facts, the insight to speak for themselves. You understand what I'm saying? This is probably kind of too high level of an explanation for some of you out there. Some of you, unfortunately, just aren't going to get it ever. So that's what I have to say about asking me about these con men. Okay? They're all frauds. No credible professional in the investment world is on YouTube talking about investments. Now, they might talk about some general things, but they're not out pitching stocks and giving analysis all day. People that are doing that are trying to lure you into their grift. You understand that? Write it down. So let's talk about Kevin here, and we're going to talk a lot about Mike Maloney as well, and his little gang of con artists here later on in another stream. So let's first of all, let's take a look at this video. I guess it's today. So, and let me just remind everyone, as I said earlier, it's obvious to me Kevin watched my stream. He was afraid to come on my stream. I was simply going to ask him about the red flags. Kevin is only going to go and stream with a bunch of low IQ idiots that he can manipulate and who he knows are going to kiss his ass. You see, that's who Kevin streams with. And of course, these fraudsters, yeah, I'm going to confront Kevin. And they end up fucking kissing each other and singing Kumbaya, right? That's the type of fucking low-level idiots that Kevin deals with. You think he's going to deal with somebody like me? Fuck. He knows better. Kevin's not a dumb guy. He knows there's no fucking way he could ever survive any type of honest scrutiny from me. Couldn't do it. Because he knows he's outmanned. He's outmanned by the truth. You see, the truth is a very powerful weapon against these fraudsters. Let's go ahead and listen to this video here.
Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Many of you have been...
What a fucking con man piece of garbage. What a disgusting con artist. This guy makes me sick to my stomach because he's such a fucking fake. He's such a fake, disgusting, money-grubbing con man.
I'm so interested in my new startup, House Hack, and the biggest question we've been getting is, Kevin, what's this AI you're talking about? Everybody loves to throw around the phrase artificial intelligence to try to pump up valuations. In fact, Kevin...
Yeah, that's exactly what Kevin's trying to do. Put in the buzzwords to make it sound like, And so, of course, Kevin, he's going to...
Don't you do that all the time when you're like reading those investor presentations and you're like, oh yeah, AI, everybody's got it? Yeah, I am. And so I want to show you what we have, which is actually our artificial intelligence. I can't show you everything, but I'm going to...
The only artificial intelligence we're talking about here is Kevin. His intelligence is artificial. It's not real.
Do my best to show you as much as I can without giving away the secret sauce. But we're going to get into this.
Secret sauce. Can you believe this guy? He's actually pretending like he's got something secret. This guy is a con man, and now, of course, that he's a registered advisor, not only is it much easier for him to be sued for causing people to have losses, but also, of course, I'm wondering if the state of California knows he's got this DUI, because that's going to create some problems.
Right after I give you a few updates on fundraising and how this artificial intelligence is actually going to help us get more deals.
Now, let me just mention something, folks. Anybody can claim artificial intelligence, okay? Anybody can make that fucking claim. It's just bullshit. Ask yourself the question, can Kevin even compete with major firms? Of course not. I'm willing to bet anybody, I mean, folks, this is going to be, it's going to be a big payday for Kevin. That's all it's going to be. We'll get into that a little later. I'll remind everybody about that.
Keep in mind, this video is not a solicitation for you to invest in House Hack. If you are an accredited investor and you want to invest in House Hack, go to househack.com. Grab a letter from investready.com.
So you hear what he's saying now? You notice in one of the streams I did on Kevin, the recent stream, I mentioned that I believe he's illegally soliciting House Hack. Anybody remember that? Because you can't solicit that bullshit investment without providing a PPM. It's illegal to do that, and I mentioned that I believe Kevin is breaking the law. So you notice, folks, you understand the level that you're dealing with here with me? This is how I catch these fuckers. I can tell, it's so obvious to me Kevin was listening to he's listened to my stuff, because he's addressing these things. I'll play it again.
House Hack. Keep in mind, this video is not a solicitation for you to invest in House Hack. If you are an accredited investor and you want to invest in House Hack, go to househack.com. Grab a letter from investready.com, upload it to househack.com, and you can invest. If you're a
You see that? You notice that? You see? So he's coming out and saying it's not a solicitation. So, okay, I guess you can. It's kind of like these fraudsters like Kevin who come out and give stock advice, and then they say this is not investment advice. Kevin wants to tell you that it's not a solicitation, even though he's soliciting, right? Does that make sense to you all? He's soliciting this bullshit. Just because he claims it's not a solicitation doesn't mean it's not. It is. It is a solicitation. Kevin, maybe you need to talk to your attorney, which I would say, apparently from looking at your PPM, your attorney is like some fucking online guy, maybe from a developing country or something.
Accredited investor, stay tuned. I have heard all of your comments in the comment section and in emails and texts and in Discord. Join Discord, by the way, matkevin.com/chat. And I am going to do my best to file in an expedited manner for a Reg A filing. That would allow us to raise funds as little as $5,000 from individual investors who are not accredited. However, that might take 5 to 9 months to go.
You hear now? So he's going for everybody now. He's going for the lowest hanging fruit. You see? He's going for the lowest hanging fruit, the biggest dipshits out there now.
Go through. I'm going to do my best to try to expedite that starting today. Well, actually starting yesterday, because I started yesterday, which is really, really great. Now, the good news is we have only fundraised for a full 3 business days, and we are at over $12.8 million in committed funds, signed agreements. This is amazing.
Not surprising, folks. You got a lot of stupid people on YouTube, and let them all know they're a bunch of fucking idiots. I mean, can you imagine? This guy is a complete scammer, a dishonest scumbag, a liar, a fraud, and you have people giving him money. Because, take a look, YouTube. Once again, nobody is going to give this guy money outside of YouTube. He's using YouTube, and they need to ban this. They need to ban solicitation of investment on YouTube. The best thing you guys can do is you can document everything about Kevin, document his old. Listen, you can go right now. I haven't had a chance to go over it. I forget about it. Go over but I spotted it. You can go over his Peloton videos. He made bold-faced lies and claims about when he bought and sold. He lost his ass on it, and he claims he sold at the top. You can go and look for yourself. Kid you not. I saved him already in case he wants to hide him. But I'm just saying, go through all that stuff. Go through his private little... There's links. You can find links to access those videos. Save all that shit. Document everything on this guy. This guy, I believe, without anyone's effort, is going to end up in deep trouble. But he needs to have people's effort to make sure he's held accountable. Look at this. Use coupon code SEED. I mean, he's still selling his fucking scammy courses. I mean, think about that. I mean, this is how fucking utterly stupid. Please spread this message to everywhere. Write this down. If you've sent Kevin as little as a penny for this stupid-ass bullshit company investment, you're a fucking idiot. You need to get a legal representative to make decisions for you. You need a conservatorship. Somebody to oversee all of your decisions, because you're a fucking completely incompetent idiot. I mean, how can anybody argue otherwise? You understand? Folks, YouTube is a bunch of fucking fraudsters. It's the biggest scam portal in the world, filled with scammers. It's one big infomercial of scams. That's a fact. I've known this for a very long time. That's where I never got on YouTube. Bunch of fucking idiots on YouTube, watch YouTube, fall for YouTube, and all these scammers. I mean, take a look at all these guys. Who's credible? They're all scammers. Show me somebody who's really, truly credible in the investment world who has a YouTube channel. Nobody. In fact, of the broadcast airtime in the financial media, I would say probably 99% or higher. If you look at the broadcast airtime, 99% is scammers and broken clocks and con men. Right? You all know that, right? I mean, I've been exposing this for 15 years. All these guys, the so-called experts. This is why all these fucking idiots. Folks, you got guys like Meet Kevin and Graham Stephan and Andre Jick and Tom Nash and everybody, Sven Carlin, Everything Money. These are people pumping out. They want to tell you what Michael Burry's saying. That's how stupid they are. That's how fucking stupid they are. Meanwhile, I'm the guy that predicted the financial crisis. Michael Burry didn't predict it. He made a trade. I predicted it in a fucking PhD-like thesis, which once again, folks, take a look at the profile. You can download the chapters for free. Okay? Think about this material. This is proof of the financial crisis prediction. Making a trade ain't the proof. Ask yourself why I was banned by the media and all these guys were promoted as heroes. These are the same guys, John Paulson, Michael Burry, Kyle Bass, who all have failed miserably since they made their little bet, which didn't even factor in a financial crisis. It was basically a bet on a recession, as I've explained many times over and over again. Folks, the most important thing you can do is to be familiar, get familiar with my track record, and you'll see who you're dealing with. And then ask yourself some questions, right? Don't listen to the media. They're a bunch of fucking scammers and liars. It's a complete criminal organization, okay? Get familiar with all these guys who are saying are pros and experts. Take a look at their track record. I did a video you saw recently, perhaps, hopefully you saw it, on Andre Jick, right? And I was talking about how he's pumping Jeremy Grantham. All these guys pumping Jeremy Grantham. You see this chart here? You see this chart? This is a chart that I made. How come you've never seen anybody talk about this chart? You think it's that fucking difficult to document this stuff? A goddamn 10-year-old can do it. Why the fuck has nobody else done it? Because that tells you how stupid the fucking people out there are. And they just believe whatever the media says about Jeremy Grantham, the broken clock con man. And you can fucking tell this old fucker I said so. He can't say shit because he knows he is. The facts are there in front of your face. You all see what I'm saying? Folks, this is a critical thing. And once again, these idiots on YouTube, they praise these people because they're too stupid. This is how stupid they are. They believe the media. He's an expert because everyone says so. And you say he's not. You're a dummy. Right? I mean, just verify it for yourself. That's all. Okay? I am the world's leader in exposing financial conmen and frauds. I've got many, many, many years of publications, written and video and audio on this. I've been doing this for a long time. And you know why? I've devoted more time and effort to this particular endeavor than my research. And you know why? Because it's vitally important. It's extremely important because people lose their money mostly because they listen to the media. And they think that the media has got these experts that are going to help them. That's a fucking lie. That's a scam. It's a fraud. And then you look at YouTube, which is media. I mean, you're talking about complete, unqualified idiots, con artists who follow the media. Of course no one else is doing it. No one else has ever done it. You know why no one's doing it? Because it doesn't pay money. That's why. I'm not a money-grubbing, selfish prick. I look out for Main Street, and I've always done that. As I said, I put myself in harm's way, and I've been doing that for years. I've sacrificed hundreds of millions of dollars, many things, to help people. And people that don't see that, you better fucking look into who I am and what I've been doing. Because you're getting disinformation and lies from fraudsters who are trying to discredit me through defamation. You look at the real deal, and you're going to see these scumbags, they're your enemy.
So while we're on the topic of crypto, if you're looking for a place to buy, sell, track, or trade both crypto and NFTs all in one place with fees that are up to 85% lower than the top competitors, then FTX US is there to help. They're trusted by millions of users, and what I like the most about them is that they allow you to set up an automatic recurring buy so that you can dollar cost average into the markets on a regular basis. So if you're interested, the link is down below in the description with the code GRAHAM, and you could get all the way up to $100 for signing up depending on how much you trade.